recording.
Welcome all. Hope you've all had a good 2022 so far. This is Walker with Cola on the line. Jack couldn't be here. He's out and about having fun with his lady friends.
Lady friends with the S.
Friends with the Z. With the Z. His lady friends also classify as also had gender rearrangements, and they were once they are now lady friends.
Anyways, fun fact. Did you know that if you take a box tortoise out of the wild, right, and if you don't put it back where you found him, he will get lost and die?
Well, I mean, that's almost the same for humans. If you take a person from the city and put him in the jungle, he will not survive.
He will die for sure. He will die for sure. Well, okay, you're right. If you displace an animal or anyone from this from his origins, it won't last forever.
Yeah.
I wonder if that goes for tortoises as well. I doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, no, because tortoises, I mean, the
No,
desert.
what do you mean if you just?
I mean, the tortoises, if you put them in the desert, it all looks the same. But I don't know. For me, it looks the same. But I think tortoises are different.
I mean, if you could tell your geographical location in a desert, that would be actually pretty impressive when it all looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
But okay, since we're getting into animals here, all right, my fun fact is that a common disease that cats typically have is herpes. So
what kind of herpes?
Cat herpes.
Oh, don't cats have don't they have like some type of STD where it kills each other?
Feline AIDS and feline leukemia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. So there are vaccinations for that. Herpes, however, is extremely common, and you can typically tell that cats do have them.
Is that around their lips?
Don't let them kiss you. It's just like they look at you and then things start popping. No, a sign of the cat herpes is teary eyes. Or watery eyes. Yeah.
Oh, so that crying meme cat has herpes?
Yes. It's a common symptom. So yeah. But right now there's a in our area there's a current pandemic going on with animals that's wiping them out in like less than a day. So
what the hell?
Yeah, like basically when it gets to their lungs, then basically they can be dead in a day. Like their lungs and their whatever starts shutting down and they start coughing up blood. Like they probably just drown in their own blood.
Oh shit. Is there like piles of cats, dead cats in the area?
No, it's not like an epidemic. Like it's just like wiping out populations of cats and dogs. It's just there's certain virus or bacteria that actually is affecting animals, and it's transmittable by proxy. And it's really sensitive to catch. So it's like, yeah, essentially take the same measures as COVID for handling different animals. Probably more to the extreme because you have to wear like medical gear to protect yourself from transmitting and then like remove that stuff as you move on to the next animal. At least this is pretty much what my wife has told me. So I'm just like, oh shit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's crazy.
yeah. So it's like cat and dog COVID essentially. But they can't wear masks. They only wear muzzles.
Are cats and dogs like enforcing the mask rules to each other?
No. 6 feet only.
Anyways,
But-
speaking of 6 feet only,
Yes.
what do you plan to do for the year? What's the big
I plan to
plan
be
for
6
the
foot.
year? Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
6 foot in heels. That's what,
Those disco platform heels.
yeah. 6 foot in heels.
God, I never understood men who wore those. It's just they've got to be extremely uncomfortable.
I think it's for style, and I also think it's for height too. So
It has to be for height, and it's just for style. They're obviously very 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 dated, so it's just like
when was the last time you seen a guy wear platforms?
I think high school.
Oh shoot, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why? What do you see? Did you see one more recently?
No, I've never.
Oh, okay. Why are you talking about me? Like,
I've
like
never
mine's
seen
just ancient and shit.
I've never seen anyone.
Yeah,
wear
I
this
don't know.
crazy.
There was like certain people who embraced like goth culture that just they embraced goth culture, but it pretty much was just like I don't know. Some part of it was like those wearing black platform shoes, and it was just like super weird. But it's just like I don't know how you can be comfortable in those. You guys kind of look like clowns. But yeah, I mean, but to each their own. I don't know. Like, I'm not exactly one to talk about style either, but it's just like it was just really weird to me. Yeah. So, do you want to start this off, Cola, or you want me to?
I'm gonna have you start off.
Okay. Well, basically, for me, there's a couple long-term big goals that I want, and I'm still gonna work to achieve them. I think it's a little cliche because it's been repeated back when we first even started this podcast, but the big goals I have are pretty much just to start big projects at work, like make big moves. So I'm taking the initiative to actually like start programs at work and like change an entire culture. So it actually proves itself to be a bigger challenge, but it's just like I'm starting to learn that it's not something that is not something that can't be achieved. You can definitely I can definitely achieve it if I play my cards right, and I definitely am. So that's kind of cool to know, and it's an interesting challenge to me because it's just like it's not like it's not something that's like I can't not do it, you know. So that's a big goal, and then another one is just to really just become fluent in a different language. So I've actually gone into tutoring on the side I've gone into tutoring on the side for not me tutoring other people, but people tutoring me for learning Japanese. So I have an active instructor now. So we're gonna like basically we're gonna try to get me to somewhat fluency level where I can like read, write, and like speak in regular conversation. And then one of my other big moves is to take on some voice acting, and I've already signed myself up for direct sessions on that too. So
are you doing all this through the internet?
yes.
Oh, you're doing okay.
all through the internet, but they are essentially connecting with someone to do it. It's not just a, oh well, I signed up for it and it's gonna, and therefore I have done it. It's really just like, okay, applying myself and just saying like buckling down and then holding myself accountable using someone else to do so.
Okay.
So yeah, those are the big moves I want to make because it doesn't sound like it sounds like a typical goal, but in the grand scale of it, it's quite life changing because it's like learning to step outside your comfort zone in a professional setting, learning to learn an entirely different language and change your entire perspective to a whole different way. And then, yeah, and then just as a side thing, I have been heavily investing myself into working out because I've weighed the most I've ever been in my entire life.
What's the
Yeah,
weight?
195 actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was just like my heavyweight was like 180. So I was like, that's when I was like overweight back then too. So my fit weight was about 150. So it's like that's a massive difference of now and then. So this is like kind of an eye opener for me, but at the same time, it's like I knew it was on the plate, and there's nothing to it but to do it at this point, and then just finding different ways to hold myself accountable for that, and just trying to find a way to build enough energy to take on these projects as well. And I think it's doing wonders for me because like a lot of people are picking up on the energy and noticing and like sort of take not trying to toot my own horn, but taking something from that, taking some level of inspiration from that. Because my team is actually stepping up and they're actually like acknowledging it too. So yeah. What about you, Cola?
Um,
I'm gonna
long,
read.
I already finished one book, so
Really?
I'm done for the year.
Oh, what book you read?
Um,
Feel
normally,
free to bring my
normally
dog.
it's uh, normally because I hate reading novels, but anything like dealing with like dealing with the food industry or just like people telling their life stories, that I'm all about that. So
Mm.
so yeah,
Uh,
so yeah, that's my
uh,
thing. But I
my wife
mean,
has
for
a book
long,
called like Terrible Roommates or something like Terrible New Roommates.
uh-huh.
So I don't know if you'd be interested in that. It's a bunch of short stories put together.
Yeah, that's what I've been reading those and stuff like that.
Okay, so each
Yeah.
story doesn't count as a book, just so you know.
So it was like 20 books. uh, but yeah, like ultimately like long-term goals, I think um, I kind of want to buy a home. I think that's the long-term goal. I mean, maybe not
Well,
this year,
not exactly a long-term goal. I mean, but
like
what's a
well,
big
for the
goal you're
year,
aiming?
for the year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think
I'm
I think
like,
probably I
I'm
think
like, buy a home
probably
this year. Fuck, dude.
I
Well, technically you can actually
technically you
if
can't,
you
but
go out of.
it's if you go out of like the state of California.
Yeah.
But I can. So
Mhm.
like I think the ultimate goal is to buy a home, but like it's um I've been seeing people struggling with it, and like I'm surprised like people can buy homes now, but like it's ridiculous. Like I think home prices are a thing, but I think ultimately to purchase a house or something like that,
Mhm.
uh, or maybe
Would you?
land, or maybe a land and just put a van on top of that and call it a day.
It's one lone van in the middle
One
of the
long
lot.
van and call it a
And
day.
then, or you get, or you could buy an Amazon unit. and then
Yeah,
just,
like a used Amazon unit. Yeah. Oh, but then even cars are expensive.
oh yeah, used
Those
car
things are
prices are going up.
yeah, those things are like so like I mean the price of everything is going up. It's like why buy a car when you can't afford to fill it up, right? Gas is expensive.
Why buy a house when you can't afford to maintain it? So
Furniture.
start by buying a car. Start by buying a car, so you can furnish that.
I
Like,
definitely could.
don't get a car that runs. Just get a car that has a roof.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think ultimately, like, I it's ownership. I mean, within the, I wouldn't, I don't want, I wouldn't say, yeah, maybe within a year, maybe even start looking for something.
Mm, mm, yeah.
But
Um. Okay. I mean,
yeah, and then
that's a big one.
yeah, and then I think the other goal is to get into a marathon,
Oh, oh, that's a challenge.
train for a marathon.
Okay.
Um,
Just so the audience knows, pizza rolls are not a marathoner's diet. I
thank
had
you,
to learn that
thank
the
you.
hard way.
Oh, oh, were you eating pizza roll and running? The
Huh?
the only
Oh
the
yeah.
only the only challenge with that is I don't like running.
I don't think
I
anyone
got
does,
no,
honestly.
I don't like running. I mean, I mean, body shape wise, I'm not built like a runner.
I just
I'm
roll.
I'm just roll, but but I'm not built like a runner, right? I'm not built for a runner. I'm
Uh,
built for something
uh,
else,
uh,
but I'm not built for a runner. Because runners they have those long legs, they're very slim, but that's because of their running. But I'm not, yeah, I'm
mm,
not built for running.
okay. I mean, yeah,
I'm,
but the other thing,
I could swim like a motherfucker and roll, but I
okay.
can't. I can't. I can't. I can't run for shit.
Uh-huh. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, like, I don't know, like, there's always something that's just like that people just hate about running. And I kind of feel like one of the biggest things is just like it's not difficult, but it's so time consuming when you do it. And then you feel like shit after all that time has been used. And it's just like, yes, there's a long-term payoff, but you don't feel it until like after you literally after you've done like a shit ton of it. And as compared to like actual weightlifting, it's like, yeah, you feel terrible at first, but there's almost like an immediate boost of like, and there's an immediate difference, like you'll see the difference in a week. But if you run for a month, you'll just notice that you beat your time by 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think yeah, I think it's different. I think it works different muscles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think visually, like doing those lifting weights is great. But
Mm-hmm.
running also, but it's just like, yeah, it's just a lot more. It's just a lot more work, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
just
and
a
it's
lot
just
more
like
work.
it's something
It's a
that
lot
you
more
have to
work.
invest.
Yeah, it's a lot more work for I mean, for the investment you put in. Like bodybuilding,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like you said, it gives you an instant. It starts showing immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and then when you're running, it's like you don't look any different. You don't almost don't feel that much different until you've been doing it for a while. And then it's like, again, you spend like an hour running, and you say you ran like 10 miles, as compared to like weightlifting, where it's like, you spent an hour doing that, but you got your shoulders, you got your legs, you got your chest, your core, your neck, and all these other muscles that has been worked. While cardio is like, your heart, um, your legs, and whatever. It's like the more internal stuff that's harder to work, but it's like the essential payoff is, it doesn't seem like it's it's more like immediately gratifying. And that's the sucky part. But a
Yeah,
marathon would be a good goal. Like,
yeah.
or would you ever think about doing a triathlon?
I can probably do a triathlon, could just because there's biking in it and there's swimming in it. I can do biking and swimming, but
Mhm.
running,
Uh,
I think that's a little bit more.
and then they might have rolling. I don't know. But
Yeah, but
okay.
yeah, I
Mhm.
mean that's the ultimate. I gotta train because I
Mhm.
like you. I'm fat as fuck. So
I
yeah.
mean, so
Even
so then.
no, even when the pandemic happened, I at this peak, I was like I could fit into all my jeans, but now I can't. I can't fill up anything anymore. Like I can't wear anything anymore, right? But
Full
even like
disclosure, I was fat before the pandemic.
no, like even no, like I lost a lot of weight in 2020, right?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
was at least 140, right?
Hmm. This is true. Because I remember what I remember when I
This
saw
is
Cola
true.
before that. Yeah, I saw Cola before that. I was like, man, you got round. But yeah. He after he stopped eating Korean barbecue every day, he finally slipped down.
That's
All that
true.
kimchi, man.
But I blame it on the kimchi. But yeah,
Yeah.
I did lose a lot of weight, but I'm like trying to get it back. At least for my health sake. But
Hmm.
like I think running will do it.
Um, what do you so? Okay, so let's. I think in 2019, how much did you weigh? Like 140?
2019, since I moved back, I think it was at one, I think at one, I think 150.
150. And then when you moved out and then you lost that weight, what weight did you end up at?
It was
And then what
probably close to 135.
and then what are you now?
I'm at one,
180.
I think it's 170.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
shit. Wow.
yeah. I'm at
Okay,
170.
that is a
A
heavy
fat
spike.
fuck. Yeah, so like it's there. Like I was like, shit.
Yeah.
So I kind of like
But
it's
you'll just keep eating anyways. You're like, fuck, I want a hot dog.
but yeah, that would like, I mean, yeah. I mean, right now I'm like just trying to cut down as much
Mhm,
calories. I'm, calorie taken in, and then just, trying to
mhm,
then just drinking a lot of water, and then
mhm,
doing my bike rides in the morning.
mhm. So like so the old belief of back then, way back when, was that programs like P90X and Insanity were essentially cure-alls to like those types of situations. So, I mean, for me, what I found is that like it's a whole bunch of cardio, um, and it's great and it worked to an extent, but it's just like um you can't just simply complete the exercises. You still have to do diet and stuff with it.
Yeah,
But
gotta watch nutrition. Yeah.
yeah, you can't keep doing it and then have pizza rolls every day. It doesn't work like that. But yeah, I mean, but
Tucker, you must love
that's
pizza
essentially.
rolls.
We actually had some for a movie night. That's kind of that's kind of why I'm like all about pizza rolls right now. But it's not. But they were not pizza rolls. They were like the mock versions from like from a discounted store. Um, and then when we had them, I was like, this is shit. Like we should get real pizza rolls. So it's just like that's just been on my cravings list for a little bit.
Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, it's so I finished a program before, and it worked somewhat great, but I didn't get the results that I wanted out of it because I still like, you know,
Did you have a
I didn't
big
do their
booty and big
and she
booty
was cheese, of course.
like what?
No,
That's a different program.
you got the females version, man.
You got him.
But oh, that would be funny if you did a woman's workout and it just gave you completely different results. Like what the fuck?
Where are my biceps and pecs?
I just got wide hips now, man. But yeah, it was so I did that and I did diet fairly well, but it just didn't give me the results that I wanted. So it was just like once I got in once I got into it, I was like, okay, well, you know, obviously I have a different body type that doesn't work for this. So I just got to do things a bit differently. And I did. It actually worked out better for me. But it's just like these programs are just there to just be like, here you go, like, you know, this will solve all your problems, but they never really do. But I mean, I guess my question to you is, would you be the one to undergo those programs?
You're talking about those pay programs?
Yeah, like P90X or Insanity.
No, I wouldn't do that. I think for me, I would I kind of like, for me, like I want to be doing something like a sports event or something like that to get my workouts out. And like I can't, you know, stay in front of the mirror and do my workout. Like I need to compete while I'm working out.
I don't know. Do you stare at yourself in the mirror while you're working out? I thought that was like
No,
the weirdest
no.
thing. I'm like I'm like watching dudes like do that, and I'm just like, you can start rubbing your nipples as you're like lifting and shit. But it's such a weird thing. But they're just like, some people do
You,
like staring at themselves.
do you know why they do it? It's just to check their form, right?
Yeah, check their form. It's just like I don't know. It just feels weird, and it's just like, I think like for me, it's like I check it like 2-3 times, and then after that, it's just like using muscle memory to like carry you through it. But it is weird seeing people who can't do gym stuff at the gym, because then they do the workouts like really weird. They're like doing like half a push-up or like half a sit-up, and there's one there's a video of one dude pretend like, well, thinking that he was doing like 100 sit-ups, but all he was doing is just wiggling his neck.
Wiggling his neck. What?
Yeah, because he was like, you know, when you're doing sit-ups and then like you have your hands on the back of your head, then you're like lifting your whole body up, but he was just doing that with his neck. so, so he just looked like he just looked like he was head bobbing the whole time. Yeah. What's another big goal of yours?
Let's see, run a marathon. I think the other thing is like to finish up my script, my horror movie script.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look it over. Um is that still the same one?
It's still the same one. It's like I'm almost done. I just need just to somehow end it somehow. So once I figure that out, then yeah.
Plot twist, the cannibal gets eaten.
By what?
By the date when they develop the taste for flesh.
Oh. Joke's on
Boom.
you, I'm a vampire.
Joke's on you, I'm vegan. And now I'm a meat eater. You know, like I've been hearing about vegan people like switching back to meat now. And I'm like, yeah, dumb as shit before, huh? But I mean, nothing wrong with being vegan, but it's just like the types of vegans that just try so hard to force life on you.
Oh yeah. like that's the part I hate. It's like other vegans trying to, like say, hey, this is the best lifestyle, you should do this, and then they make everybody else do it. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
it's the best lifestyle, and oh my god, my finger fell off, type of thing, dude. It's so weird, but yeah. What big goals do you think you've accomplished so far?
Um, Probably getting my new job. I think that's the biggest goal. Um, well, I mean, but not within this year, but like, sometimes. I mean, it was like
It could
a
even
couple
be
years
within the
ago.
past 12 months.
Yeah, I mean, probably just getting the job. I mean, it's okay right now, but I would like to. Um, I would like to, actually, I probably might stay with this company for a while until the very end. Um, but yeah, yeah, I'm glad that I left that situation and moved on to something else. But
Which
I
situation?
think um, I think just because I wasn't sure about like how long that company will last. But I mean, I know with this one, I think they'll last for a long time. I mean,
Mhm,
that's me. That's me.
mhm.
And with that, we go to a close.
Okay. I was like, what? All right. Yeah. So thank you all for joining us. We I don't know what time we're at right now. Actually, are we at time?
We're almost at we're actually at 30 right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Shit. We talked for a while. All
yeah.
right. So with that, thank you guys for joining us for this one. Always good talking with you, Cola. And we'll see you in the next one.